Hello everyone, and welcome to another Ohio Train 705 rail fitting video. About a month ago, me and my dad went out to Berea, Ohio in search of some train action. I won't spoil too much of anything, but we did see 30 trains, which is the second highest number I have seen in a day. So why don't we get started and let's get to the video. Our first train of the day we captured was CSX M566, a daily manifest out of Bar Yard in Chicago, Illinois to Cleveland, Ohio. Just 5 minutes later, our next train came into view, and it was Norfolk Southern 61W. Today's 61W had two BNSF pumpkins trailing behind a Norfolk Southern Dash 9. Rolling in to take the connection onto the Clogsville was Norfolk Southern 310. Norfolk Southern 310 today was a bit early, as it usually is a late afternoon run. It had a decent lash up, but this lash up is actually pretty normal for 310. Next in line would be CSX I-158, zooming past Berea on its way to fuel up at the Collinwood pad. Today's power was the usual, with one engine up front and one in the middle, usually carrying a good-sized train consisting of double-stacked containers. While I-158 was still passing, CSX M205 showed up on the opposite track. Unfortunately, I-158 blocked most of the train, so this was the best we got of them. Next up was the first coal train of the day. It was Norfolk Southern 741, carrying around 100 empty coal hoppers to Shire Oaks, Pennsylvania. Today's 741 only had a lone ST-78 pulling the train, making for a one-unit wonder. At around 2 o'clock, a relatively late NS-23G passed by with 3 horses taking it to Chicago. Next up was CSX I-166 carrying its usual array of Canadian Pacific run-through power as it turns into CP-132 in Toronto, Ontario to Montreal, Quebec. But the thing that caught my eye about this train was a clean SD70 ACU in charge today. You don't see this too often down here. Ten minutes passed, and another Norfolk Southern came into view. It's 28M, the daily Chicago, Illinois to Morrisville, Pennsylvania stack train. Not even 5 minutes later, another Norfolk Southern train was heard blowing its horn. The train in question was Norfolk Southern 65K, as needed ethanol loads out of Sowarna, New Jersey to Chicago, Illinois. Yep, you guessed it, another Norfolk Southern train. This time it was Norfolk Southern 28V, carrying a duo of C6Ms. After just a little break in the action, Norfolk Southern L15 broke the silence as it stormed through Berea with 2 NSGVOs. L15 is daily road intermodal to Sandusky, Ohio, and then back to Maple Heights, Ohio. The parade of NS trains continued on the Norfolk Southern Chicago line as NS 22X came into view carrying a trio of NS C6Ms. A little while later, in came Norfolk Southern 268 with a couple of Norfolk Southern GEVOs. The crew gave out a nice horn show, which would let us hear its beautiful P5 horn on the leader. NS 776 was the last of the NS for a bit. 776 is loaded coal from Shire Oaks, Pennsylvania to Hyco, North Carolina. Meeting 776 was a hotshot Intermodal IO-10 with a snow-caked front engine. You will notice that the snow would start to fall harder throughout the passing of this train. After a 1-hour lull in the action, Norfolk Southern 69G came out of the Chicago line connection. 69G is as-needed stone loads out of Lyndale, Ohio to the stone quarry in Clay Center, Ohio. Meanwhile, I-157 was quickly approaching, making this a full-on race. I-157 had a solo YN2 AC-44 leading and a GEVO mid-train. Just 10 minutes later, CSX I-161 showed up, making its run to North Baltimore, Ohio. What I didn't know was that another M364 was closing in on track 1, making yet another meet. This is why I love Berea. You can see so much at one time. Up next came CSX M367, absolutely zooming past on track 2. Like a lot of the CSX trains today, M367 had an engine up front and one in the middle. You will see this frequently on CSX nowadays, as a new part of making trains longer, and an engine in the middle. Now it's time for CSX to throw a party. In came CSX M368, making its daily occurrence run out of Chicago, Illinois to Selkirk, New York. Next in line was yet another CSX train. This time it was a very late I-008 carrying its usual power of 2 CSX GEVOs. Around 20 minutes later, CSX B741 joined the party on its run from Parviso, Illinois and Chicago to Linden, New Jersey. This time, the next train was a Norfolk Southern train, specifically NS 258, with some freight on the head end that would later be dropped off in Conway, Pennsylvania. Today, 258 had a GEVO leading, and a nice surprise of an ACC in the trailing position. As darkness came upon us, CSX M566 came through, progressively picking up speed almost to its final destination of Cleveland, Ohio, specifically CSX's Collinwood Yard. Our final NS train of the day would be yet another coal train. The symbol was Norfolk Southern 746, carrying a shiny new NS C6M second. And the final train of the night was the hit of the show. It was CSX IO-17 with the CSX Spirit of Our Armed Forces leading, and a newly reactivated CSX C40-8, the only one on the CSX roster. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please share it with all your friends and give it a big thumbs up. A little update for you guys. I may not be real fanning as much as I would like to this winter break because I'm going to Jacksonville, Florida, but I may get a real fanning video out there if I can. If not, it's not the end of the world. I have 2 more videos lined up, one of which, the next one actually, is from Fostoria, so get ready for that one. That's a great video. All right, guys, have a good night, and stay safe out there. Bye.